Welcome to English Step by Step. I am Miss Wee, and today I will be explaining peel. I'm sure many of you have heard of this before, but if not, I will be explaining it today. So peel is an acronym and it stands for point, evidence, explanation, and link. So for point, we want to start the paragraph with a clear statement or main idea that you want to discuss. And for evidence, you have to provide evidence to support your point and then explain how the evidence supports your point. So analyze the evidence, discuss its significance, and how it reinforces the argument you're making. And then conclude the paragraph by linking it back to the main argument. This is my version of peel. Instead of evidence, I have quotation. And the reason I've done this is because it is clearer what kind of evidence I'm looking for. And there is no repetition of the letter E, so there is no confusion. So let's look at an example. So let's say that you get this question. How does the writer highlight the character's fear? And let's say that you have identified this phrase to answer this question. His heart was beating like a drum. So let's put it in the peel format. So the point, the writer uses a simile to highlight the character's fear. Quotation, it was mentioned in the passage, his heart was beating like a drum. So like a drum makes it a simile. Explanation 1, he was so scared. So I'm using a synonym of fear. So I don't repeat the same word, but I want to connect the sentences and ideas so that the paragraph is cohesive. So he was so scared that his heart was pumping, again, synonym of beating, extremely hard. So this is the effect of the simile. In fact, it was so loud, so all these are connected, these orange ones, that he could hear it as if it was a musical instrument. So that is a synonym of drum. This simile, I've repeated that, exaggerates the character's heartbeat to make us understand the terror, again, synonym of fear and scared, that he was feeling. So let's put it into a paragraph. We have the writer uses a simile to highlight the character's fear. It was mentioned in the passage, his heart was beating like a drum. He was so scared that his heart was pumping extremely hard. In fact, it was so loud that he could hear it as if it was a musical instrument. The simile exaggerates the character's heartbeat to make us understand the terror that he was feeling. So we have a very clear and coherent paragraph. I have labeled the P, Q, E, and L for you here. Now let's try an exam question. So I've taken the May, June 2020 paper, paper 1, variant 1. And this is the question 2C from paper 1. Use one example from the text below to explain how the writer suggests his feelings about what he saw on the beach. Use your own words in the explanation. Initially, I was aware of only a few, but as I walked on, they grew in number until the whole beach appeared to be covered with black lumps in a black carpet. Hundreds of penguins lay dead in the sand, covered in thick, flowing oil and tar. Each wave that broke piled another grim batch of carcasses on top of those already there. The sight was dreadful, sickening, and depressing. Now, the only one one example, but I've identified two, so I can do two examples for you. So this is the first one. The point, the writer uses a triplet to highlight the character's disgust. Quotation, the sight was dreadful, sickening, and depressing. Now make sure that you answer the question. The question was, explain how the writer suggests his feelings. Okay, so we want to talk about his feelings, his disgust. Explanation, he was so shocked, again, his feelings, when he saw the pile of dead penguins that one word would not have been enough to describe the magnitude of what he felt. And that's why he needed a list of words. This triad, which is a synonym of triplet, emphasizes the character's distress because he did not expect to see anything so appalling. So this is what it looks like in a paragraph. I have combined the P, Q, and E. The writer uses a triplet. This is your P, dreadful, sickening, and depressing. This is your Q. To highlight the character's disgust, this is E. Now my explanation. He was so shocked when he saw the pile of dead penguins that one word would not have been enough to describe the magnitude of what he felt. This triad emphasizes the character's distress because he did not expect to see anything so appalling. I have 3 sentences here, and I should get 3 marks for this question. Okay, so I'm going to analyze the next one, which is black lumps in the black carpet. So the point, the writer uses repetition to highlight the character's disgust. So again, his feelings. So that's the quotation. Explanation, the word black has been repeated to emphasize the grotesque scene. Another explanation, black being the color of death and evil, tells the reader the seriousness of the situation. Repetition of this color produces an uneasy feeling. Now I'm going to combine these into 3 sentences. And this is what the paragraph looks like. The writer repeats the color black in the phrase black lumps in the black carpet to highlight the character's disgust. In fact, my PQE are all here, and I have further explanation and then link here. The word black, being a symbol of death and evil, has been repeated to emphasize the seriousness of the grotesque scene. This repetition produces an uneasy feeling. I hope you have an idea how to do a peel paragraph. I plan to do more videos on these things, so please subscribe so you get notified. And here is a little bit of background about myself. If you're interested, please pause to read. And if you have questions or you want coaching, please contact me here. Thank you.